I had a bit of a disaster the other night at hands-on. The little goblet I was turning didn't really work out very well. I was challenged to do all sorts of things and none of it worked. And somebody said they'd like, well, I said I was going to turn a goblet just to prove that I can, and then somebody's asked that they'd like to see the captured ring. So I said, I'll video it then. And I'm in between something else. I've got stuff gluing up, so I've got nothing else to do for 20 minutes. So I'll get on and do this then and see how it goes. So I'm secure between centres. I'll make sure that I'm properly secure. To start with, I think I'm going to make this the top. What I'll do is I'll use mixed version and turn the tenon on this end. So turn it round first. So I've just got my favourite old bowl gouge. The first one I ever had. I bought it second hand. I kind of understand why Mick likes to do it this way, because you can see the size of the jaws and you're near enough. It doesn't need to be massive, it needs to be big enough. Things that you must be sure of are that the tenon, I'll zoom in there a little bit, the tenon shouldn't be deeper than the jaws, and the face, this face to my right, to here, to this side, should be flush to butt up to the jaws. So make sure you've got enough face there. And then it's square. And this other doesn't have to be bigger than that. Okay, so that bit's easy. And remember to knock the revolving centre out of the tailstock, because guarantee you catch your elbow on it, or the back of your hand, or something, and by golly it does hurt. Sometimes draws blood. So we can take that out now. That's the dead centre. And we can now mount this. That's quite a good size, but I can see that's catching. That'll be fine. Could be a little bit small if you want it a bit smaller, but I'm not going to remount it now. And to turn it round, I'm going to take the nasty clawy revolving centre out and put the little pin ring tool centre in. It's got a little pin in that will fit in that hole that I did there. Bring the tailstock up. Remember to take your knocking out tool out. Lock it down, tighten it up. This is how I do it when there's not all these people watching. Bring your tool rest up in a nice comfortable position. I'm just going to do it with this trusty old tool. There's still a bit of life left in it. Make sure that your tool rest clears. Lathe down as slow as possible. Get it on. Start it turning. I like to quite turn fast, because if you're turning fast and there's any lumpy bits, you get to them quicker. So we just at 1,000 then for a start. So find the tool rest, lift the tool into the cut. Watch this part here. Don't watch here. Keep your fingers away from here. So you can see the ghosting. can also see some ghosting down here. But it is only taking the bark off. Getting some nicer curly shavings coming off now, so I'm getting somewhere towards round. Turn it off. Makes a mess. Hate a mess. Oh, nearly round, so there's a little bit of bark left. A little inclusion there. Not sure how that's going to affect. Might be a bit shorter than we hoped for, but we'll see. 1200 now. And I want to check that piece, I want to check that mark. I'll just turn a very little cup at the top and a nice really long thin spindle with some captured rings on. Okay, so let's start going in about there. Yeah, see, I might get to turn that away. So we've got this shape. And we're getting into the actual U there. I mean the heartwood. Let's have a quick look, see where that little fault is. Oh yeah, that's quite nasty. And it might go all the way through, look. Might add something to it. It's only going to be splayed. We're not ever going to... It's not going to be a usable piece, is it? It's just going to show the skill of being able to do it. We'll see what happens. What happens now is I'm going to turn the cup out. Once we've finished that cup end, and you're not going to be able to go back to it, because if I put a really thin shaft on it, then we're not going to be able to get back to the top. So tool rest round. So this is not quite square yet, the top end. It's going to be a little bit of vibration. Just clean that edge up. I like to, as well, put a little witness mark on the edge so I don't go too deep. Just stops the tool running away. Everybody has their tool running away at some point. Okay, so here we go then. I'm still going just short of 1200. So what I'm doing here now, I'm just putting the tailstock up, just doing a little bit of support. That'll be leaving there probably for the time being. I'm going to refine this edge here, just very finely, and hopefully not cutting out any vibrations up on. So I've moved on a little bit from hollowing out, putting some support on. Somebody mentioned doing the captured ring. It was a bit of a challenge last night. It didn't work because the timber failed. But this is nice hard yew. The thing with that is above it you need to go quite thin. Below it you need to leave a chunk that you can still work with. So that's where I'm at, look. So start with you just turn the bead. Down to there. Decide how small you want it. It's going to sit at the bottom, it could be quite big. That's probably enough. Leave some space to get in both sides. Going to go a little bit faster, a little bit grabby. Not going to go quite as thin this side. Making sure that flute's nice and closed up, so I don't want it to dig in. And this side. So I'm coming in left-handed now. Plenty happy with that. Just a little bit of sand on the outside of it. I think that looks alright. I always like checking it. Again, I don't know if this is right or wrong, just how I do it. There's a fault in there, but hey ho, it's not going to carry any liquid, so it doesn't really matter. And I've got a little homemade captured ring tool made out of a spade bit, I think. So I need to go up fairly high. Cutting it level, we're going to go in there like that, and then come the other side and go in there like that, and then at this point you hope for the best. Check how we're doing. And we're off. That's as easy then. Not always as easy as that.
Now I've got some of the rest of this then.
Okay, so I've got one captured ring done, and because they fly about all over the place now, so what we do is just tape it up for the time being till we go down to the next one and make another one. Do we need to make another one? Up to you. But we need to take this little bit thinner up. put a little bead on there just to see whether that thing will go over it. If it doesn't go over it, that looks quite nifty. People say, oh, how have you done that? If not here, we'll do another one a bit lower down. Oh yeah, that will sit on there nicely, look, and people think it's a feature. Yeah, we'll do that. Let's make it look as though it's the shape then. That's okay. Oh, forgot to say I was using a different tool for this one. This is from an old wood chisel, but it works the same. Well, it works very similar. Need to go in a bit higher. I forgot to sand that. Anyway, I've managed to push it back over, so the result with that is that I can sand it. So I'll sand it and I'll come back to you. So I've done the second one, I've taped it up. I'll get rid of some of this. It's so long, I might have quite a thick base like that and just taper it down. I think that would be sensible. Oh, I'm still on bark there, look. I need to come down a little bit more then. Oh no, I could leave it, doesn't matter. A little step there then. Sand it down. I'll turn my blower off. Sand it down. I'm just going to put a bit of oil on it just to highlight it. I think we've got a bit of bark left on the bottom here, which doesn't really matter, does it? Get some oil on the rings as well. Make it look as though we're meant to do it. I like the smell of this. I decided to make that there. There's a bit of weight in the bottom because it's quite, it's not that long, it's what, 6 inches. I'm using paper. So I'm not actually going to put any tension on that. Oh, and I'm still recording, so fail or not, you'll soon find out. Unfortunately, so will I. Right, parting tool. Come a little bit away so I'm clear enough, safe enough. That's not too much of a distraction. So I've got enough there to make two cuts. 1, 2 as a relief. Go back to that one. So as I said before, there's a right way and a wrong way, and then there's your own way. And that's just how I've done it. Other people say, I don't do it like that, I do it like this. Well, that's fair enough. So I've got about 4 or 5 mil there now. So I'm going to use hand support now. In tight. Got my arm well out of the way, just holding the stem. There was a cutting there on the relief piece. This is now on the actual cutting. I can feel it getting thinner and thinner and thinner and thinner, and it'll fall off in a minute. There it goes. That's given me a nice clean cut. Just a little dimple to take off. Right. Turning it off. I just finished the pimple with a really sharp knife, but I will sand it off with a block. So I didn't waste much of that. Anyway, that's it finished.